You do not. You have the new one. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I'm so excited to be home, even though it is just as cold. I think it actually might be warmer here than it is for you right now.
But hilarious.
We are finally going to start Clone Wars tonight, and I am so excited. I have been studying so hard. But wait, will you hold that book back up? I got distracted.
It's pretty.
It's so pretty.
Yes, he still has his hat, even though he's never worn a hat ever.
All right. The covers get better.
Yeah, I do. I've always loved like the magic in the Dresden Files like a lot. Like I really like the magic system a lot. Hello, friends. Hi.
Dang, Glenn coming in hot.
Nomi. Oh yeah, Cad Bane is fantastic. I also Glenn says Cad Bane is one of the greatest Star Wars characters ever created. I agree. He's 100%. He's in my top. He's easily in the top of my favorite bounty hunters. He's in the top 5 of my favorite villains. He's a fantastic. Cad Bane is an awesome fucking character. Absolutely love him for sure.
So we're a little late tonight, Tom.
Right.
How did that happen? What was going on, friend?
Oh man, this is fantastic. I really pray to God one of my neighbors' Ring cameras.
I need to text Erin and get her on reaching out to the neighbors.
Yeah. I will. I have no problem. I love seeing myself look like an asshole. So for those who don't know, it's been very cold here in the United States in the southeast/east region. We've had like a crazy weather front that has caused like all-time record lows and all-time record snowfalls and all-time record freezes and all kinds of shit. Some places are getting snow for the first time, in like crazy recorded history. Some people are getting freezing things for the first time. So anyway, I'm not like what do you call someone that plants things?
Botanist?
A botanist is someone that studies a horticulturist.
I don't know.
I always want to say horticulturist, and I don't even know if that's right or a real word.
Come on, Gnome, Glenn, somebody give us the word.
But we have to do something in front of the house, like plants and shit. And
well, Tom, when you get towards 40, it's like plants, working out, or baking bread. So you're a plants person.
But I started this when I was like 20.
Okay, well, you got old early. I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's a gardener. Yeah, okay, I'll take that. There's a lot of implications of that word.
Landscaper. Yeah, okay.
Horticulturist.
Horticulturist.
That sounds
more horticulturist.
Welcome to my life.
Anyway.
So particularly, I like a bunch of the plants that I have out there because one of them is, I don't remember what the real the scientific name of it is, but it's they call it a puffball tree. I'll find a picture of it, but it looks like an alien piece of fauna when they're in bloom. You remember the koosh balls from when we were kids?
Yep.
The little.
I work in an elementary school. Of course I do.
Right. That's what the flowers on this tree look like.
Ooh,
I'll find
a
picture of it. And they're like pink, I guess, pinkish red, more red than blue or like white or any other color. It's more red. And they look like alien, like, I don't know. It doesn't look like a flower because it's like spiky, but also soft. It's weird.
It's beautiful.
And that thing is cool. But I have a jasmine bush, a night blooming jasmine bush that someone gave to me when it was like this big. And I was like, oh, cool, thanks. And it's now 8 feet wide and like 6 feet tall. It's huge. I barely have done anything to it, but when it blooms at night, you can smell it from like 150 feet away. I
love jasmine. That's awesome.
It's so good. And I'm like, oh, I really want to protect it. So everyone's like, oh, just cover it in plastic. So my flower bed in front of the house is like, 10, 15 feet by like 10 or 15 feet. So I need a tarp that's bigger than that. And it's not too cold anymore. Like I can leave it uncovered now. And I took it off and it's kind of windy and it got away from me. So there was a 20 foot by 25 foot
wind sail.
Yeah, wind sail blowing down my street. I couldn't just let it go. So here I am chasing it down the street. It's like 8:15. Because I went out there at like 8 o'clock. I was like, I got like an hour. This should only take me a few minutes. I lost a piece of it, because I didn't have enough tarp to cover it, so I actually used like a piece of drop plastic. Stuff. That's gone. I don't even know where that is. I saved the tarp. But like it was I don't know if you can see still.
Oh yeah, it's like
I'm all red. Yeah, it was whipping me in the face, and like I was because it's 20 by 20. So like once I caught it, it's not like not moving anymore. So yeah, I'm all sweaty and like I was freezing because it's still like 30 degrees outside, and no one came out. I was really kind of hoping someone came out, and like when I turned around, someone was gonna be like,
"Bravo!"
Like that's what I kind of wanted. But yeah, so that's I sat down at like 9:01, so that's why we're a couple of minutes late. So sorry about that.
Thank you for saving the planet. Climate change is real.
Yes, it is. I'm trying with these plants. If I could get rid of all my grass and just have like wildflowers, I would. But you know that they force us to fucking cultivate what is it, a monoculture of grass, which is infuriating.
Rapunzel, I just really want someone to have video. I want a Ring camera or whatever front door camera to have picked up Tom sailing.
You know what it is, Rapunzel? Like when it comes to complicated tasks, no problem. No problem. I get them done. I don't get hurt. I don't break anything. I go to like what did I do when I cut my hand open that time?
Oh God, yeah, when you dropped the knife on
I was cleaning, like I went into the garage after I had been done working on things and was just like picking things up and putting them away, and I dropped like a razor blade knife, like a box cutter. And instead of just, letting it fall, I reached out and grabbed it, and it stabbed me right in the web of my hand. Yeah, it was bad. So like I hurt myself doing stupid things, like doing easy, simple tasks because nonsense like this happens
because you're neurospicy. This is why
I guess. Sure. Yeah. That's better.
Speaking of neurospicy.
Oh yes. And I was going to say someone who at least got to keep you company when I was outside being a moron.
We had like half of our show's discussion in the backstage
in the pre-show. And because I still saved this picture. I don't even know if he remembered when I took the screenshot of him before, but it works perfectly now when he's evil. Like, look at this is Darth reverse.
Yeah.
I didn't put that red shit on his eyes. That was just that happened, which was like I was like he looks like an evil person. Like I had to take this picture anyway. Let's see what he's doing back there. Look, here comes an awesome guest.
Yay!
Hello. That picture was priceless.
It's fantastic.
What were we watching?
That's what I was going to say. It's even more perfect because that's from Andor.
Yeah, that was
Andor. Mm-hmm. That was I put that up for it was like one of the not Sith, but like Empire focused posters that they did, and I put it in the background.
It's got to be right. It's red. That's what that means.
Yeah, red is evil.
I'm glad that I get to come in here and hang out with a bunch of nerds and talk Star Wars now because
yay!
I'm excited.
Apologies in advance for I still have my shitty the laptop camera going.
Listen, you're so gorgeous that it doesn't matter. It just bleeds through. It's I feel intimidated by your beauty.
Shut up, Tom.
I don't say that because it's not true. I just say it because it makes you uncomfortable. But if you want me to stop,
you uncomfortable though.
Fair enough. Reverse is I discovered Reverse in his natural habitat, reacting to television shows on YouTube, and I was like, I like the cut of this man's jib. I like other euphemism that we can add in here that I don't have at the top of my head right now. And I was just like, let me see what he's doing. So obviously you've taken a little break from making new content, but we're going to start wheeling back up soon in the near future. So be on the lookout for Reverse's stuff in the future. He's going to come back to being our favorite live reactor.
Mm-hmm. You're too kind. You're too kind.
I enjoy it. That's why you're here, is because I was like, I like that guy. And then when we talked, I was like, yeah, I was right. I do like this guy.
Well, and then he became our official first episode of a new show guy.
That's true.
For a very long time.
For anyone who who's never been part of that. It was an accident. Like he just happened to always like for like 3 or 4 different shows, he just happened to be the first episode. And then we were like, this is now a tradition.
A tradition, yeah.
Tradition.
Days of yore. Everyone will remember.
Speaking of days of yore, it is Black History Month. So last year during Black History Month, like I forgot which show we were watching, and I said this at the time, I just straight up, like I follow a ton of like nerd creators on TikTok. There was like plenty of them like having like nerd versions of Black History Month and like, you know, focusing on Black artists and comic books and blah, blah. So we're doing Star Wars. I was like, and full transparency, I spent 2 hours trying to find like Black artist or creative influences in Star Wars. And either because of the time and, you know, systemic racism, they either successfully hid them or never included them in the first place, or kind of some amalgam of both of those things. And I felt that important to identify, especially during Black History Month. So I was like, oh, you know, it would be great if I was like, oh, this, you know, designer worked in this movie or invented this way to do this thing. Because there's a lot of really interesting, like, especially when it comes to Star Wars, they invented most current film, quote unquote, like movie magic. Like if you look at the special effects studios behind things, it's like Industrial Light and Magic, Industrial Light and Magic, Industrial Light and Magic. That's Lucasfilm. That's George Lucas's computer or digital effects arm of Lucasfilm. He literally spun it off so that he can work on other movies and not have Lucasfilm attached to the company. Yeah. But hi,
I miss you.
I digress. So I fell on, we're watching Star Wars. Let's highlight Black characters from Star Wars. So I mean, there's the obvious characters. Mace Windu is like, besides anything else, Samuel L. Jackson. Like, oh, right. You're right, because you're reading Shadowplane. Like Samuel L. Jackson, I've loved him since Goodfellas, which almost no one remembers that he was in.
Oh, well, yeah, because I mean, he didn't.
You guys, the day we rewatch Goodfellas on here, I'm gonna need to look up nothing. It's gonna be. I've seen that movie probably conservatively 50 times.
I love that movie too. Though, does anyone know Samuel L. Jackson's first speaking role?
Ooh.
It's definitely a movie that most people know. It's not like an obscure movie.
First speaking role.
He was visually on screen in a lot of movies, but his first credited speaking role.
I don't.
Coming to America.
Oh my God! What? Yeah, he was the.
Wow.
He worked at the McDonald's with them, didn't he?
Yeah. No. He's the one that robbed it. He came in with the shotgun.
Oh, that's what it was.
Right.
I remember him now. Yeah, because I could like see him slightly, but and I knew it was in the McDonald's.
Yeah. And like literally half of his dialogue in that movie is just cursing.
Yeah. He was typecast right from the beginning.
Yeah. And what you call I remember the line that Arsenio Hall said to him. Shut up, you diseased rhinoceros pizzle. Which means penis.
Wow.
And that was his first credited speaking role. But yeah, I don't know why that type of nonsense information sticks in my head and don't take the tarp down when it's 10-mile-an-hour wind, Tom. But here we are. Anyway, so the character that I picked, because today's episode focuses, there's a lot of bounty hunters in it. I was like, let's pick a bounty hunter. So the very first one I thought of, because the last Star Wars game I played was Star Wars Outlaws, was Vale. So this is obviously not a picture of her from Star Wars Outlaws. This her first appearance is the video game Star Wars Outlaws. If you haven't played it, it's a great game. If you like kind of like stealth action shooter games, that's what that game is. You play as a character named Kay Vess. She is basically like a scoundrel who is not really affiliated with any like criminal elements, but they hire her to do stuff. She's Han Solo is who she is.
Okay.
She has a spaceship. She has like animal alien like companions that follow her around. She has a little cute cat alien thing that can help you do stuff in the game. And
I've seen the stills from her. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about now.
And Vale is actually a villain in the game. But she's a really cool character and a lot of fun.
Becomes our friend or something later.
Not really. She's actually just kind of a villain, but a good but still a good character. And I had because I literally sat down 1 minute beforehand. I'll grab the picture. I have the actor that voiced her too, and I'll bring her up in a minute. But I wanted to, I'm trying to theme these characters based off of the episodes we're watching. So literally like half the named characters in this episode are bounty hunters. So nice. I figured that would be fun to do. But also please go to, I have the link also and look up, actual people, like real people from Black history and, in this Black History Month and learn about them too. Not just our, fun little nerd nonsense on Dragon Mount. I think that was all I'm going to get the picture of Dale. Have either of you, what was the last Star Wars video game either of you played?
I never have. That's not true.
Or chat too, feel like.
Never done it. Also, what is High Republic? Where does this fit in my timeline?
Okay.
What have we added?
Ancient times.
The High Republic.
I should have already read it or watched it. What is it?
No. So like the High Republic is the era before the Empire, essentially.
The High Ages. So it's the Age of Legends.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but the High Republic actually like lasted for a very long. What people label as the High Republic is like and ends when Palpatine destroys the Republic. In my opinion, it ended long before that. But
yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. But like, if you've heard of the game Knights of the Old Republic, that takes place during the High Republic.
Yeah, that's a very long time ago.
But it also takes place, they also label that as the Old Republic, but there isn't really a difference between the High Republic and the Old Republic other than time.
Mm-hmm.
Which is one of
remember, like I'm still a baby in this, so I need to write this down.
Glenn is going to be mad at me on this, and he already is. He'll like technically that's not right, but there's
Old
not
Republic's
really
what, like about 20,000 years before the story?
No, the Old Republic, it's like 3,000.
1,000 years.
Oh, I thought it was older than that.
I think it was longer. It might be 1,000.
Oh, it's only 1,000?
I thought it was 3,000.
That's not long enough ago to be calling something Old Republic.
Yeah, I think it's
not in this universe.
I believe.
Wait, so you're saying Old Republic and High Republic are the same thing?
Basically, it sounds like it.
There isn't much of a change between the two. The Jedi are the Republic is the ruling body of the galaxy. There's basic peace. There's a lot of problematic stuff with the Republic too. Don't get me wrong, but there's not an empire that's ruling everything with an iron fist. The Republic, which is the capital is located in Coruscant, and the Jedi are still the exact same position that they are in the Old Republic as they are in A New Hope. Well, not A New Hope. A Phantom Menace. When they still existed. So like there isn't much of a difference between those two things. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of story there. Well, but no, that's not true because technologically they're also the same. They have warp drives. They have the same type of weaponry. They don't have very different technology. There isn't a lot.
That's why I was saying it should be a lot longer back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's that problem of scale that we talk about a lot of times that sci-fi authors have a problem with. It's like they don't think about how long ago something should be based on what they're trying to say is different or not different and all that kind of stuff. It's like the more advanced you get, the I don't know how to say it. Like
society changes, the more technologically advanced you get.
Well, it's like it changes more slowly. You know what I mean? It's like
but in Star Wars there isn't really large societal shifts.
Yeah,
or large
they're
technological.
So advanced.
Yeah.
So they're so advanced. They're stagnant, basically.
Yeah, that's kind of what it feels like. Now, don't get me wrong. There are plenty of books and comic books that delve way deeper into that show that things are more nuanced. but like most of that is now not canon anymore.
Yeah. That was one of the things we talked about.
Yeah.
That's okay. But see, those are the things
it doesn't stay the same.
Make Star Wars hard to be accessible for people, because that's why I've always been hands off. Is it's like, where do I fit in? Luckily, my friend Brock has kind of given me I'm finally in it, but it's intimidating from the outside.
It is.
I don't know where to start with all of it.
And that's exactly how I felt like with comic books and like Marvel and DC, because there's so many different stories and there's so many restarts and redos and like retcons and changes, like you don't know where to go, that's George Lucas's fault. That's another part. I know I've said this a lot on like chat, like in these things. And I'll keep saying it. George Lucas is the worst thing to happen to Star Wars. He invented it. Good job. Everything he did after that, it was bad. I don't actually mean that, but it's kind of true. Like the reason why we have such a disjointed, what do they call it now? Legends, I think. So the reason why
the universe was canceled, right? And they made Legends.
Glenn and I agree. That's
take
awesome.
a picture of that. Screenshot that. That never happens.
Except he didn't say with Tom, so he can argue that it wasn't.
Can you amend that?
Yeah, be anybody.
But
also send me the channel. I do have to admit, I've loved watching all of the things. This book has been fantastic, and I feel like I understand and have more opinions on just like the Jedi Order in general, even just like this far into this book. So
the biggest thing to remember about the Jedi is they're fucking hypocrites.
Yep. So in my opinion, the Jedi failed at their mission a very long time ago. And the only true Jedi in the last very long time, even Qui-Gon, and to an extent, Obi-Wan when he got older, like when he realized he was wrong and started learning from Qui-Gon.
Yeah, started trying to focus on the living force.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of following and not to be controversial or anything, but instead of like the Christians, instead of following the spirit of what's supposed to happen, like instead of following the Force and letting it tell them what to do, which is what their whole shit is built around, they invented their own dogma and then followed their own dogma instead of listening to the Force when it disagreed with their dogma.
They paradoxically became exactly like the Sith, and that they tried to control the Force and force it to do what they wanted it to do.
And they used violence to control the galaxy. Like yes, they tried to avoid violence, but when like, you know, they would call in the Jedi on like an issue, it would be after everything has failed and right before violence is going to happen. So you call in this incredibly powerful warrior to come and negotiate things. Like that's not negotiating. That's
negotiation at the point of a spear.
But Rapunzel, I felt this way as a person who wasn't into the lore and like didn't have a deep connection to it. I literally was like, it's a space action movie, and it's so much more than that. I just didn't know. I didn't realize.
See, and that's perfectly fine, Arosa. Like Star Wars is by design, because it was poorly designed prior to Disney picking it up. And not that they've done amazing things with it, but prior to Disney picking it up, anyone could tell a story in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, and
with very little oversight. Very little oversight. So it became muddied and like you said, intimidating to come to, because where do I start? What's where? Who's what? In some books, all right, this is a spoiler for a book that came out like 20 years ago. So, and it's like nope. In some books, Chewbacca dies. In some books, Chewbacca doesn't die. Now, I like the way, like what they did with Chewbacca. So, spoiler for a Star Wars Legend book that came out more than 20 years ago at this point.
Okay.
Han and Leia get together. They have kids. Leia also becomes a Jedi, because everyone has to be a Jedi to have meaning in Star Wars. I hate the Jedi, by the way. I love the Jedi, but I hate the way they are.
The Jedi Order itself is so backwards.
Broken. Yeah, so broken.
So broken.
We'll get into my hopes for the future later, but basically what happens is they have 3 kids: Anakin, Jaina, Jason, and Ben. Ben is Luke's son.
Ben is from the new thing. Yeah.
No. Ben in the old stuff. Ben is Luke's
that's right.
son.
He was Mara Jade and
yeah.
Oh, so another spoiler, I guess.
So they have Anakin, Jaina, and Jason. Jaina and Jason are twins, and Anakin is their first son.
Mm-hmm.
They're fleeing from a planet when a moon is literally crashing into it. So it's Han Solo flying the ship, Chewie with Jason and Jaina on the ship already. Anakin can't reach the ship. He's reaching up to the Millennium Falcon, and Chewie's like, and Chewie can't reach him. So instead of Chewie just standing there reaching, Chewie jumps out of the ship, picks Anakin up, throws him into the ship, and Han flies away. And I'm getting goosebumps right now thinking about it because it's such a powerful scene. I love this scene so much. Chewie dies. They
could have pulled that exact same thing basically in the new trilogy to save Rey or something. It would have been so great.
It would have been so great. I was hoping that it would happen. So Chewie dies literally like on screen, on page, roaring, standing on like top of a cliff, roaring as the moon crashes into the planet.
Oh,
and then,
fuck you, moon.
Yeah. And then the best part about that is in the next book that came out, they had built like a gigantic statue to him in front of the Galactic Senate on Coruscant. And underneath it, it says, "It took a moon to kill him."
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. So like that was
See, that's the kind of shit you mine from old legends.
Exactly. And you know who didn't write that? You know who didn't write it?
George Lucas.
George Lucas. That's who didn't write that. But it's Jason, like he said, because everything has to be spelled weird in Star Wars.
Well, yeah, it's aliens. What?
Yeah. That actually came up today at Starbucks. We went to Starbucks. No, not Starbucks. It was Publix. And their girl's name was Kira, Kyra. And I was like, oh, that's like
like Star Wars.
Like what's her face's name from Solo? Her name was Kira, but it was Quira or something like that.
You know, I still haven't seen Solo.
Yeah, I love that. It's one of my favorite Star Wars movies. I'll fight anybody on that. I don't care. But yeah, so like there's a lot of really cool stuff in Legends, and George Lucas is responsible for none of that, except he would just let almost anybody write in Legends as long as you basically gave him full rights to whatever you wrote.
Wow.
Like for him to use later if he wanted
for ideas. That's what was
kind of.
Like, I really thought we were going to get like a redo of Mara Jade and Luke with Finn and Rey, except like gender swapped.
Oh, yeah.
I really thought that's what we were going to get, and it pissed me off so much that we didn't get that.
Me too.
Because it was being set up, in my opinion,
it was
in the first movie, and then they were just like, no, he's black, she's white, we can't do this.
It's almost like they had a writer and director that had one vision for the first movie, and then they fired him and hired a writer and a director that had a completely different vision, and instead of trying to build off of what was there before and change it a little, he just kind of threw it away and tried to do his own thing.
Well, to be fair, just because we know how JJ tends to do things, I really doubt he gave them much to work with, because JJ loves to set things up with the whole mystery box thing. Yeah, and he's admitted himself that most of the time he himself has no fucking idea what's in that box.
Oh no, this time he did, and the reason why it's the reason why he got fired. He got fired because he wanted Luke to be the villain. He wanted Luke to be Snoke. You
know what's funny though is that you can still see echoes of that in what we got with
because it's hard to unmake all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like the reason why Snoke was just a hologram in the first movie was because he was going to reveal basically that is just a hologram, and it's Luke. Luke, the man behind the curtain. To use a Wizard of Oz reference, is Luke.
Always appreciated.
Yeah, I can see why they balked at that though. Yeah. I remember talking to one of my exes about like just the direction they did go in, and she was like borderline apoplectic about the fact that Luke was, willing to consider killing Ben and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, just she saw that as such character assassination and everything. She was just absolutely enraged by it. And I remember a lot of the fans being really upset just at the fact that he had become jaded. Like even that alone was enough
I
to
liked it.
piss a lot. So did I actually. I don't think I would have liked to have had him be the big bad, but like jaded, I don't know if I'm still, down with, the philosophy that I went into this with. Luke, yeah, I mean the years wear on you, and then that would have been interesting to see.
Exactly, Brock. Brock said it perfectly.
Yeah.
And regardless of your opinion of anything to do with the story or choices or actors or any of that,
yeah,
they didn't have a cohesive plan at any point because of too much
the politics going on behind the scene,
micromanagement. Like, instead of letting art, people that aren't that type of artist tried to influence it. And you're never like, if you're not a writer and you're going to writers and the writer is telling you that doesn't no, instead of fighting the writer, listen to the writer. Like, not saying don't make suggestions, but you hired this person for a reason.
Right.
Listen to that. That's just my opinion.
That's why I got kicked off at the new Alien movies, because it was really obvious that Ridley Scott, even though it was the same person behind each of them, Ridley Scott basically just decided, well, if people don't like my original plan, I'm just going to scuttle the whole thing and do something completely different. You know what I mean? And it's like, I can't stand it when there's like no artistic integrity or there's no artistic cohesion, Yeah.
On the upside,
Star Wars had the problem with cohesion more than anything. It definitely.
100%. They had great elements.
Yeah.
And that's what Disney, like the greatest thing that Disney has started to do is listen to let artists fart. That's funny. The greatest thing that Disney has started to do is listen to the fans on what we liked and start bringing it into the universe. So not to get back to Vale again, but Vale is, her second appearance is in this comic book, the Ahsoka comic book, which gives me hope that they're starting to build more toward, Ahsoka season 2 is going to be coming out soon. My hope for the future of the Jedi and Star Wars is that Rey has realized that what the Jedi were before, what they became, was wrong, and going forward,
Gray, damn it,
not exactly gray, but
I want gray,
because and whether you disagree with this or not,
because it keeps messing with like the
because it's green.
Yeah.
So whether you agree with this or not, this is from George Lucas and then echoed by Dave Filoni. So unless he changes his mind and doesn't tell us until we see it in a movie, Crystal, as like Reverse probably knows this, but as you just said minutes ago, like only in the last few weeks have you forayed deeper into the lore of Star Wars. Sure. What is your understanding of the Force and the dark side of the Force?
I have a little bit more now, but I didn't really understand it. Like, I didn't know if there was kind of like the taint, like that's because if that was what it was, or if it was actually a function of something that like the Sith were doing through the Force, I really didn't know.
That's also something that's changed a lot over time.
Oh yeah,
like what the nature of the Sith is and what the nature of the dark side is.
And according to George Lucas, it hasn't, which makes me think of Robert Jordan and Who Killed Asmodean. Oh, it's obvious. No, it's not, asshole. No, it's not. Anyway, I love Robert Jordan, but it, like, for real, when even he said only one person guessed it correctly, and he still insisted that it was easy. Anyway, according to George Lucas, and again echoed by Dave Filoni, so everyone has kind of, and even me too, until I heard this, was like, oh, the Force is seeking balance, and the Jedi imbalanced the Force, and that's why we always keep getting these dark side users to rebalance the Force, and there has to be light and dark, and good and evil balance each other. Nope, none of that. The Force is neutral. There isn't a light side. It's the Force. Neutral.
Okay.
The dark side
is what you do with it.
is corruption. Any dark side is corruption to
whether
the
it comes
Force.
from the Jedi or the Sith.
Yes, and any amount of dark side is bad.
But you don't, like, my understanding though is, again, sorry, going to keep bringing this back to Wheel of Time because I understand that you don't like use the Force in the same way that they use
the dark ones. The dark one's power is the dark side in that analogy. Because I've been thinking about Wheel of Time analogies all day. So think about it like this.
But they don't like weave with, like, it's not.
They do.
Okay.
The dark one, the true power. They weave the same. They talk about how it's similar to the one power, but different.
Yeah. Okay. They do. I was talking about the Force.
Oh, the Force is the same though. Like the dark side, you could pick things up, you could choke people, you could move stuff around, you could manipulate people's minds, you could shoot lightning. Like it's similar to the way the Force works, but wrong. In a way.
The Force is passive.
Exactly.
I think it's a really good way to look at it.
Kind of like the pattern. The pattern isn't good or evil. Like the pattern will use a person and get them killed.
Right.
People may view that as bad. The pattern doesn't, because what the pattern is seeking is to continue the pattern, to continue existence, life, which is what the Force is doing. The Force is seeking to continue life. So it will always seek to get rid of the dark side. That's George Lucas and then Dave Filoni and what's his name? He's done a lot of voice acting in Star Wars. He went on a big rant about this, and then Dave Filoni backed him up on
it. Which is very similar to
Freddie Prinze Jr.
One power. You can use that for good or evil. Freddie
Prinze Jr. has done a lot of voice acting since, like, I Know What You Did Last Summer is pretty much the last movie I can remember him in. But if you Google Freddie Prinze Jr., Jon Favreau is one of them, but I'm thinking of Freddie Prinze Jr. If you Google Freddie Prinze Jr. Star Wars rant, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Is it as epic as the Patton Oswalt Star Wars rant?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's what I just said to you, except probably more eloquent and less, tired from chasing a fucking tarp down the street. Like an idiot.
Hey, Tom, did you see that we have a new fan? Did you see that? Do you want to see?
Yeah. Yay! Aaron sent a big picture. I didn't see it. That's fantastic. That's Luther.
Luther's watching us. He's our new fan.
Because Lanfear's over. She's sitting over here. My phone is not set up to be able to be the camera today. So because I have to like plug it in and all that, and I didn't have time for that. So, but she is right here.
Plastic down the street. That's why.
Yes, I was. She's sitting right here. She's sitting with me.
Okay, well, I officially feel more confused about the Force than I did before I came here tonight.
It's basically neutral. I don't like it because basically the way Freddie Prinze Jr. labels it is everything is predetermined. The Force will make everything good or fix it, and it feels like then everything is irrelevant. Like that's when which
is not how I saw it. Definitely not how I saw it.
No,
like I saw it as like the Force has a will, but it's not coercive. It's like how things, if you're floating down a river, right?
Yeah.
Like a lazy river. And you can paddle yourself off to one side or the other, or you can just let it take you where it wants. And that's what it's supposed to be. That's the Force, right?
Don't confuse me. No.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. The different levels of the Force.
That's legend stuff. That's not even canon. So you can just ignore that for now.
Brock can tell me when I can go there. I'm not going there yet.
I think like the whole problem with like the Jedi and more so the Sith is they basically started trying to redirect the flow of the river. They started building dams and they started like making like like new like rivulets and man-made rivers and all that kind of stuff and focusing the Force in the way that they wanted it to go in. And it's still this passive force, but what happens when you mess with like the flow of a river enough, right? It's still as passive as it is. It's still all this huge amount of water that's flowing and all the energy that's behind that, and you messing with it turns this passive, relaxed thing into something with a lot of power that then destroys a lot of stuff, right?
Exactly.
That's always how I saw it, and so it's not so much that like I don't know. It seems really odd to me to kind of make the Force into a coercive thing. Like it's like it seems, I don't know, anathema.
What's up, Frank? a new name in chat, Frank. So Frank asked, I don't know
Like matter
what
and antimatter.
SME. I don't know what SME stands for, but he
Subject matter
or
expert.
they asked, subject matter. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good job.
But isn't the Force actually like matter, antimatter? I don't know. I've never thought of it like that, but that doesn't mean anything because I'm dumb. So, yeah, maybe. I don't know. Like the Force is always described as something that's intangible, and then they added the midichlorians in, and I don't want to even talk about that now. But
yeah,
when you get down to it, at the very least, like talking about stuff that's canon, it seems like they're what the current story is trying to tell us is that Qui-Gon seemed to be right, trying to follow what the Force was telling him to do. He wasn't able to do that because he died, obviously, and then Obi-Wan tried to, but he also wasn't listening to the Force in the way Qui-Gon was. And Qui-Gon only
too much in trying to force things still.
The following the Jedi dogma and all that shit.
Right.
And it wasn't until if you watch, this is a slight spoiler for the Obi-Wan TV show, but I mean, Obi-Wan is obviously alive because, you know, he's in the original movies where he's way older than he was in the Obi-Wan TV show. At the end of the show, Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan sees Liam Neeson's Qui-Gon Jinn's Force Ghost, and he starts teaching him how to follow the living embodiment of the Force and like to do what he's supposed to do.
Because through the events of the film, he finally reaches a point where he is receptive to the idea that he can't just force everything to be, you know, no pun intended. I know I keep using the word force for this stuff, but you know, that he can't just like make everything be what he wants, you know.
Or pun fully intended, because puns are fun.
I mean, I wish I were fully intending my puns, but I think my subconscious is fully intending my puns, but I'm not consciously intending them. But yeah, I really like the Obi-Wan show. It definitely had its problems, but I think that
before we talk about
Obi-Wan was great.
Before we talk about Obi-Wan real quick, we're going to start watching the episode soon.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I know it's been 40 minutes. The episode's only 24 minutes long.
It's fine.
The episode's 24 minutes long. So.
I was kind of shocked.
Been here before. Should know how this works. Okay.
I was gonna do 2 episodes again, but then that breaks us down to like only a couple weeks again. And I honestly, I want to talk about.
Watched another season.
That's fair. That's fair. Maybe hey, listen, we can do whatever the fuck we want. So we'll see what everyone wants to do. If we want to, you know, change it, we'll change it up. But
I do have to say one thing though: the biggest crime ever was that we didn't get Darth Jar Jar.
Oh, but we did, sir.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did. We got that what if.
Okay, that's true. That's true. We did get the what if. Yeah. But like,
there's a what if series on Disney Plus.
Presence in the story is so much better, you know.
Oh, absolutely. So there's a what if series on Disney Plus. That for those like Arosa who don't know the memes of the Star Wars universe, basically there's like a not even semi. Pretty logical theory that that Jar Jar Binks in the movies as they are done, changing nothing, is a Sith Lord. Because literally almost every step of the way, everything he does fucks them up. And actively is hurting their.
He literally does things in the movie, especially in Phantom Menace, that are not possible unless he's using the Force.
And then in this, they made a Lego mini series called Rebuilding the Galaxy, where they accidentally break the galaxy, and then when they put it back together because Legos, it's off.
Slightly different,
it becomes kind of like a what if version of Star Wars. And it's kind of, it's
awesome,
fun.
Actually.
It's very fun. It's very, very fun. The main character is basically the Star Wars fandom. Like it takes like the beginning of the show before everything breaks is the future. And he is basically like a huge fanboy about the past. He loves Han Solo telling stories about Luke Skywalker. And then the reality breaks, and he's the only one that knows what the real story is.
Because he remembers the stories.
So he becomes the hero. But before we go much further into the weeds of Star Wars, we're going to watch the episode soon. So Erin, as she usually does, will share the link to our Discord where you can see the instructions on how to follow along and join our watch parties.
Do that.
We will get started watching the show there soon. So once when you follow that link and join it, you'll see the watch party. But it's not playing currently. We're going to play it in a few minutes. I'll give everybody a countdown. But before we get there, back to Obi-Wan that we were talking about before I had that train of thought. Was there something else?
Sorry, I was just looking at some of the other comments. The proposals like Jar Jar is like the anti-Matt Coughlin.
Oh my God. Yeah, kind of is. Kind of. Jar Jar. And I never hated Jar Jar. I never hated him.
No, me neither, actually.
I thought he was unnecessary. I thought he was a little annoying, but they did that on purpose. Like, it wasn't like they made a character that they thought was going to be awesome and everyone was going to love. They made a character to be the butt of the joke. Like, that was his role.
Star Wars, at its core, will always be for the children.
Exactly.
And Jar Jar is one of the greatest proofs of that. He was 100% for the kids. Because you know who fucking loved every single bit of Jar Jar?
Children.
The little kids.
Do you know who doesn't? My kid.
That's
really that's unusual. I very rarely meet a kid who didn't like Jar Jar. And imagine if he had turned out to be like,
but he also kind of likes Darth Vader.
Bad guy.
So it is.
Yeah. And then
the best thing ever is messing with little kids' like concept of the world being pure and innocent and everything.
I feel like it would be disingenuous to also at this point, since we're talking about Jar Jar, not to mention Ahmad Best, who is the actor that played Jar Jar, and yes, he is, in fact, talking about Black History Month. And the fact, and which also leads into the fact that, in my opinion, at least, the Star Wars fan community, of which I am a member of, is the most toxic fan community of all fan communities.
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely.
It's definitely up there.
Glenn, why?
I never hated Jar Jar. I read him in the novelization before the movie came out, and
I get it. I was annoyed by 3PO when I was young too.
Why?
Yeah. I don't know. I like
because
3PO.
He was like such a stick in the mud. You know what I mean?
Like
he was always like so.
Okay, my favorite thing about him is everybody's like running
he's just
for
annoyed,
safety, and he's doing his little walk, but he always makes it. He's always fine.
What really made me like 3PO was the little adventure he went on at the end of episode 2 when his head got accidentally put on a battle droid and he was like, and really just, oh my, oh no.
And he gets like, into it for a split second where he's like, die!
Yeah, I was crying laughing.
So what did I say?
But the Obi-Wan show, whatever you feel about the Obi-Wan show, first of all, that little girl that played Leia, is it like whatever amazing actor? Yeah, absolutely amazing. Yeah. Oh my God.
Like literally, I was sold on her as Leia instantaneously. But also like whether or not, obviously it was acting and obviously she's a good actor, but the confidence that she has, even the fake confidence as a character, I was like, I wish I can have a fraction of that. She was so believe
cool.
in yourself, Tom. Believe.
Yeah. I wish. But to me, the thing that makes every moment of the Obi-Wan show worth it is the fight at the end between Obi-Wan and Anakin.
That was so well done. That was so well done.
Let me correct. It was so well done. Let me correct that statement though. Between Obi-Wan, Darth Vader, and Anakin Skywalker.
Yes.
Because Anakin makes an appearance during that fight.
Yep.
Just so good. Like that was, for me, I don't know if it's because of the nostalgia of all the stuff or because it was legitimately so meaningful. I don't know. Maybe, you know, chat, you guys, you let me know how you feel. But oh my God, like I was almost in tears. Like I remember watching it being like, oh my God, like this is like everything I ever wanted from the interaction.
I did end up tearing up.
It was just, and that because Obi-Wan not only forgave himself in that moment, but Anakin broke through Darth Vader for a second and told Obi-Wan it wasn't his fault. You didn't fail me.
Yeah, it was already too late.
Yeah, I killed Anakin Skywalker, Vader says. And like, you didn't do this. And like through him saying that, Obi-Wan was able to forgive himself too, and then go from it was only after that Obi-Wan was able to see Qui-Gon. So there's some correlation there, whatever the correlation is.
It was the last thing he was holding on to that like like trying to control life and like,
and
and
also
he couldn't forgive himself for not having won that battle, having controlled that thing,
regret, love, fear, anger, dark side. So like like it was he was
The
on
dark
that
side.
path.
Yeah. I have to say, and I don't know if this is a controversial opinion, it probably is, but like in my opinion, the Obi-Wan show had the best fight choreography of all Star Wars live action.
It was great. It was definitely good.
No, here's what I mean by that. Not necessarily the most thrilling. What I mean is like, that concept that a fight is in itself storytelling. I think they did that so well in the Obi-Wan show. Like the battle, each fight told a story. Like it was part of what was happening, rather than just being an excuse to have people fight and look cool fighting.
Absolutely.
And like honestly, there's only like two things I will detract from that show. Really, one is whoever the hell filmed Leia trying to get away from those people who were kidnapping her needs to be fired.
When she was like running through the forest or whatever.
But she's like, I literally could hear the Simpsons going, she's very slowly getting away. It was just like the most terrible fight, like escape sequence I'd ever seen. And they just mishandled was it Third Sister or whatever, her storyline. I think it was a great example of how sometimes you have to know when not to hold back on the details of someone's past. Like I think they wanted the reveal to be like a big thing, and it was a disservice to the character because they were holding back so much that we couldn't sink our teeth into her in order for her to be a satisfying character. It's not like we couldn't, like most of us figured out what was going on there. The reveal wasn't really a reveal, so they should have just told it straight, just been like, let the audience know from the get-go who she is, why she's here, all that kind of stuff, and build on that, as the drama for that character. But other than that, I mean, I loved what they did with Obi-Wan. I loved how he starts in that all broken down and like not even wanting to fight anymore, feeling like completely worthless, to the point where he pretty much can't even use the Force anymore because he's so beaten down.
And where did you say this? Where's this on the?
This is about 10 years after the events of Revenge of the Sith.
Leia is like either 8 or like 11. She's somewhere in there. So
I have a while. It's fine.
She's precocious tween.
And since
thing. Oh, yeah, that's right. You're doing it chronologically. Yeah, that's I got what I'm saying. Sorry.
Since Revenge of the Sith ends with them being born, it's between 8 and 10 or so years after that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna get ready to press play in 2 minutes. Before we go there, I want to remind everybody some other fun things that are going to be going on at Dragon Mountain the next month or so. We're going to be starting our next book club, which you can join if you're a Patreon member, even if you're a free Patreon member. So if you're not following the Dragon Mountain Patreon, why not? Like, you get a ton of stuff, including if you would like to participate in our book club, which is sponsored by Tor, which Tor has agreed, like, if they have stock of the book that we've chosen, they will send it to us. And they've already told us that they're going to be sending us stock of this book. So if you sign up for the book club, as supplies last, you may get a free book. And, for by and large, it's as a regular book club is, except you get to talk to our, you get to hear our nonsense on it and participate. This isn't like the book club isn't meant to be like, we give you our thoughts and you listen. It's supposed to be like a round table. Like a normal book club where we're all talking and stuff. Those will happen. The events will be on Discord. But the thing that makes it unique, at least I feel like, is at the end of the book club, we're going to interview the author. We get to hang out and talk to the author. So we did that for our last book when we did Jen Lyons, the Sky of Fire, not
Sky on Fire.
I always say reverse it. I always say the wrong thing. I think it's Sky on Fire. And then I'm like, no, that can't be. That's not right, because I get it wrong the first time. And no, anyway, Sky on Fire by Jen Lyons. Fantastic standalone fantasy book. If you like outside of the box, different ideas on like dragons and stuff like that. It's a really fun book. And it's standalone. It's not like a series. You got to jump into 12 books.
Which is great in a fantasy world.
We're going to try to do the book club focusing on standalone books so that we don't have to read series and stuff. But, we'll see what happens moving forward. Maybe we'll find one that's short and it's not a big deal, but whatever. So Tor Books is Dragon Mount sponsor, and they're sponsoring this book club by, hooking us up with the authors and sending us books. So join the Dragon Mount Patreon to find that. And also, as a free member, play on the Dragon Mount video game servers that we have running. Minecraft, Conan Exiles recently spun up because a few of the Patreon members asked to do that, and I've been playing on that with them, which is a lot of fun. Enshrouded, V-Rising, lots of different games. I'm going to be streaming some of them soon on Discord during the day, and then eventually, on Twitch and stuff, but I don't know how to game stream. So I'm going to learn with everybody on Discord before I, go live on Twitch and all that. But you can play, with us, and we can play as a community. The idea is really, I love playing those games, and I'm going to be playing them, and I want to play with people, but I don't want to play with assholes. Mm-hmm. So I figure let's build a community out of the community we already have, because there's a lot of overlap there with that. And lots of other stuff. So just keep an eye on the Dragon Mount socials, sign up for the Dragon Mount newsletter, follow for free the Dragon Mount Patreon, unless you would like to or are able to donate, then, it will go to things like keeping our accounts active and paying for server maintenance and those types of things. None of us are trying to make careers out of this. We just like hanging out with y'all.
It's true.
That being said, let's get ready to press play on the show here, and then we can get going. All right. So I'll give everyone a countdown. If you're in the watch party, you don't have to do anything. If you're trying to follow along on your own, it's only 24 minutes. So it's not imperative that we're at the exact same point, but I'll give you a countdown so that you can at least press play when I say it. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and play. Ah, shit. Hold on. I'm just going to drop it back for a second because I love that thing in the beginning. Okay.
Oh, I love the quotes. The little quotes
Me too.
at the beginning are fantastic.
So what's the quote on this one? I forgot. It's like a lesson learned
is a lesson. Yeah.
A lesson learned is a lesson earned. Yeah. So
I always really dug the newsreel style opening as well.
Last time on the Clone Wars.
See, but I think that's why I understand it so much better.
Probably. Do you remember another show that both of you really liked that they did that in?
Avatar: Legend of Korra.
Yep. Yep. And they did it toward the end of season 3 of the Last Airbender too. I also like it. I don't know why I like it so much. It's like last time on Avatar, Korra was with Mato, and I just forget. I used to use
this new Avatar girl. That's Moxie.
I don't know why I like Moxie so much. I do like that word.
It's a fun word.
Yeah, but the beverage is terrible.
Tom, we don't have captions. At least I don't.
No, it's probably not because now it should be on when they start talking. So
I need pew pew.
Crystal, you said you start. I'm gonna fuck with Crystal a little bit now. So Crystal, you said you started with season 1 of Clone Wars.
No. So hold on. Let me consult the Oracle here. Okay. I started with episode 216 of Clone Wars, and then 116. Well, that's not true. I started with Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones, and I watched the movie.
I see.
And then I watched 216, and then 116, and then 301 and 303 before starting episode 1. It's a whole. It's in chronological order.
Okay, so you recently watched episode 1 and 2 and 3 and stuff. Mm-hmm. Okay, so and everyone in chat, because this may be news to people in chat too. I don't know how much Clone Wars you guys watched.
It just requires paper and pencil to keep track of. It's fine.
And
a notebook.
Once StreamYard stops making me want to strangle it and loads this damn picture that I just clicked. There it goes. Okay. I'm going to show you a picture. Tell me who this character is.
Oh, God. I don't know.
You know why? Because this is from the original first season of the Clone Wars.
Okay, which
the Genndy Tartakovsky one.
Yeah.
and like Disney and most of Lucasfilm want everyone to forget this.
I was like, it's not in
You
my
know what's
notes
funny?
anywhere.
I really enjoyed Genndy Tartakovsky's like weird like fever dream of like the Clone Wars.
Me too.
Watching Mace Windu literally force punch hundreds of droids was like a highlight for me.
Oh yeah, it was like it was like Dragon Ball Z meets Star Wars kind of a little bit.
It was crazy.
Arosa, I can send it to you. It's been super helpful for me to have.
Oh, and I also have I was gonna I had it ready, but it's not open anymore. And I'll get it for you guys because it's not like you could just Google it too. It's not hard to find. But even this version of the Clone Wars, like the version that we're watching right now, this episode, I fucking love Ahsoka so much.
Snips.
That's what I'm trying to get to. So
that's my baby.
I'm trying to get to.
It even this version, as it is currently on Disney Plus, is not in chronological order. The episodes are not in chronological order. You have to watch season 1.
You have to have a list.
Now, after season 3, season 4, 5, and 6, and then the final season, and then the final season that they made are in chronological order.
Mm-hmm.
But seasons 1, 2, and 3 are all mixed up.
Season 5 is a little out of order too.
Is it? Okay.
Just a couple, not as much.
Yeah, for the most part.
Is in the middle.
Yeah, for the most part, they're in chronological
It's better.
order.
Yeah, it's better.
The
that makes it very confusing for the uninitiated to know what the
absolutely
watching.
It's an odd common problem that a lot of science fiction, particularly science fiction shows, had in the late 90s and early 2000s. They did it to Firefly. They did it to one of the versions of Stargate. They did it to Battlestar Galactica. Like they, for whatever reason, film studios and television producers decide to just air things in a different order than the creator filmed them and intended. And I cannot understand the rationale behind that.
I think a lot of times it's because of it's either the order in which they receive things and they just throw them up, especially back in the era of broadcast.
Yeah.
They would just throw them on because they got it already. And sometimes it's because somebody at the studio, the actual broadcaster, decides for some reason that this episode will appeal to fans more, or new fans. You know what I mean? It'll grow the viewership, so we're going to show it early and stuff like that. And then in the case of stuff like Firefly, you have people who are deliberately trying to sabotage the show. And so they air it out of order because they don't want people to watch.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So stuff happens.
Len, I'm all in now. So you guys are going to be going through this with me for a little while. Yeah.
So here's, by the way, here's Anakin. I'm going to just do this randomly throughout. Here's Anakin from the original Clone Wars as we're seeing him on screen now. Very, very different. Actually, kind of closer.
Obi-Wan, though.
Yeah, Obi-Wan looks. Oh God, look at that! Look at that neck. His neck is wider than his head.
Very prominent Adam's apple too.
Oh yeah. They were like, he's a man. Look at his beard and neck.
Like Star Wars, if it took place in the Samurai Jack universe.
Mm-hmm.
And my favorite bounty hunter, who's just a bounty hunter, like not a Mandalorian or anything, Cad Bane.
Yeah.
He's just great. Cool, man. Like he's one of those villains
like the way he talks.
I do like it. I do.
And the Dragon Mount, sir.
Really, he's very smart, very cunning.
Oh yeah, and he tricks Jedi.
He uses Anyway,
hold on. There's Darth Sidious right now. Yeah. Darth Sidious, other series.
It's like what? Oh my God.
Okay, go ahead.
That was really bad. No, I texted this to you before the show. It's because of how rigid the Jedi are that he's so successful in being able to fool them, to make them, less mythical. I said the Jedi are no longer untouchable is what I wrote down in my notes, but it's only because of how rigid they are. And I told Tom, it made me think of the scene in The Eye of the World when Nynaeve is trying to, Perrin is in the White Cloak camp. Sorry, spoilers for Eye of the World. Is in the White Cloak camp camp and they're trying to free him. And Nynaeve's like, oh, I need more horses. And so she's watching these guys just like walk back and forth, and they do the same circuit, say the same thing. Like it was all so regimented that it was easy.
Yeah.
Kind of what happens here. They're so predictable in their response that he's able to fool him.
I love this.
The Jedi are extremely arrogant.
Mm-hmm.
We see more of this either. I don't think it's the same exact robot. It might be, but we see more of this. What is it called? Like build this type of droid late in other Star Wars animated stuff, and I don't know why. It's the attitude that this droid has that I like a lot. Oh, and we saw Yoda a minute ago. Here's Yoda from the other.
Okay, that's
pretty. The same. Yeah,
Yoda doesn't change much from one thing to another.
Yeah,
he's pretty much exactly the same all the time.
Now, Ahsoka didn't exist in the first go through, so I have no pictures of her. Either did Cad Bane.
So one thing I have to say, talk about triumph of writing and everything, like great writing. And this was not a minority opinion at all when this series first started. We fucking hated Ahsoka at first.
I love
like most of the fandom couldn't stand her when the show first started. From this series, yeah. And by like I don't know, probably by about like middle of season 2, I think the entire fandom had turned around completely on her, and it become like we would die for this woman, you know what I mean, or this girl at this point. It's just because when she's first introduced, they lean really really hard on the things that make her annoying when we first get introduced to her. You know, like
okay, hold on.
Of course, you know, for reasons this give her a starting point for her arc, right? But like, yeah. But
can I ask you a question?
Sure.
I'm curious now. So we have 2 here. So like, you know, and there are different opinions. I'm curious if chat ends up going the same way. Was it like, obviously I'm gonna make an assumption about you here, Reverse. You were a young boy at the time. You know, when you watched, you were still a boy and you were younger than you are now. I was
definitely younger than I am now, but I'm pretty sure I was a man when.
Well, whatever. You were a man. I wonder if it's more coming from a standpoint of that, like, you know,
could be.
I'm curious. I'm just curious. I don't know.
Could be some of the unconscious bias of like, you know, like. You know, I don't think it was like one of those like, oh, she's an uppity woman kind of thing.
More like a little sister, like an annoying little sister, because that's their relationship. More than master and apprentice, their relationship is more like older brother, younger sister.
Oh, 100%. They don't have a typical.
They were definitely trying to use her to give us what we missed with Anakin and Obi-Wan. Totally. You know what I mean? And they even talk about how, like, you know, like I think Obi-Wan makes a comment of how like, oh, now you know what I went through, basically, watching Anakin deal with her.
I don't know if I mentioned this before. That's General Grievous.
That's Grievous?
Yeah. Like the droid with the 6 arms that has.
He's like one of my favorite characters.
That's not this is what General Grievous was the first time. He was just this weird, like, amalgam of like stretchy, different colored muscles that couldn't be killed. Like he would just like flop around and like they would cut pieces off and it would go back together. And like that was General Grievous.
I just recently finished season 2 of Clone Wars, or I'm not even quite. I have a couple episodes left. But I was so happy. I literally like cheered out loud when we got back to Grievous after like the worms that were going into people's. That was terrible. That whole storyline was terrible.
My brother Anakin.
It was so gross.
I loved you.
So I don't know if this is going to ruin that scene for everybody when Anakin is like burning and Obi-Wan is standing at the top there when he says that. But I saw a TikTok of there was a marshmallow with a toothpick stuck in it, sitting like on top of like a little mound. And so that audio is playing, and then the camera cuts to a marshmallow burning in a fire pit, and it's Anakin's seed screaming, "I hate you!" And forever now, whenever I hear that scene or watch it, that's all I can think about.
It's funny.
So I'm not seeing anything, just so you guys know, because I don't have the link for it.
My bad. It's okay. To send you the thing. Just go to the Discord. You'll find it. It's not hard.
Well, that's the thing. I was like, wait a minute. I thought I was in the Discord, but apparently I'm not. And so, like,
Oh,
I could have sworn I was though.
Aaron, send the link. I know. I got it.
TV, folks.
I got it for you. Listen, if there wasn't a technical issue or some nonsense that I forgot to do, it wouldn't be a Dragon Mount live stream. So
it's true.
We're keeping other traditions going, not just you being here for the first episode of our show. So one thing that I just realized we didn't talk about at all was the point of this episode. The name of the episode is Holocron Heist.
Okay.
So
yes,
for people that don't know Star Wars, I hate to keep continuously calling out. Well, I hate to keep calling out Arosa. She was the only one that was like, I don't know anything about Star Wars lore. But for everyone's sake, holocrons are basically like recording devices that you need the Force to both record on and listen to. At its most basic.
Important. Yeah.
They're usually used by the more sought after ones were used by very powerful Force users to hide their secrets. Exactly. And so we usually take a lot of skill and power to unlock them.
I'm going to send you I sent it to you in Discord, reverse. So that is what they're doing in this show. There's Cad Bane is trying to break into the Jedi library and steal essentially a digital book or a digital, like an audiobook. He's trying to steal an audiobook, a how-to audiobook. We don't know what's on it yet, but it's probably something that's important on the Force or whatever. But that is how the Jedi record lessons and ideas and things like that. They use these things called holocrons. And they're not really talked about anywhere. They're invented in the lore, in the Legends lore, and then later co-opted by George to be used in this stuff.
There's just no politics in the rules.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
That was made 15 years ago. Trust me, that's since
thanks,
we'll update it. That has definitely since changed. We definitely talk about politics here because not talking about politics is what made us in the position we're in the first place.
It's definitely part of it.
And in case anyone watching is curious, I'm really trying to be better about cursing, but fuck ICE, fuck Donald Trump. And if you support either of those two things, we don't want you here.
Bye-bye.
If that nets with me just sitting here talking to myself, I wouldn't care because okay,
Glenn's saying that was Dirge, not Grievous.
Yeah, but that was his name, but that is the character.
Yeah,
they're the same.
Archetype, the original version, basically, of Grievous.
Yeah, he was Grievous, beta or whatever you want to, Alpha Grievous. Or,
beta.
Yeah, like whatever. He was the beta version or the test environment version of Grievous. Like he fills that role. He's even like this. He fills the same kind of position within the hierarchy of like Count Dooku and Asajj Ventress is also in the original lore. Asajj Ventress, for again those who don't know this version of stuff, is like another dark side user that hates the Jedi that Lord Sidious takes advantage of and uses. We will meet her later on, but I actually really like this version of her.
That's my preferred version of Asajj Ventress.
Yeah, she looks really cool here. I mean, I like the one that we got in the show too. She's really cool, but this one looks more badass and like a little more scary,
more terrifying, right? Like I even think the Clone Wars cartoon did a better job of making Grievous like scary. Like he wasn't scary in the movie. But he was almost nightmare fuel in the cartoon.
Which, if we go back to the point that you made earlier, Star Wars is for children, and the villain should be kind of a little silly, I guess.
Scary, but not like genuinely terrifyingly scary.
Oh no! What our Jedi librarian is bad? What's going on here?
Yeah, this was really neat.
Papers.
So this is another.
This really confused my son, who is obviously even newer He was like, but I thought all the bad guys had red lightsabers.
Red lightsabers.
So he was, because that's what we've talked about. It's very confusing.
Sometimes they try to hide.
So it was a little bit bad and a lot bad.
Yeah. And it's even more confusing because while this technically still is canon, like all of it, they've since changed the way.
Yeah.
The reason why red lightsabers are red.
Okay, we've talked
the
about
secret
this
though. We just found the secret for why she was fighting.
Oh, what?
The
Go ahead and
librarian.
share it with us.
It was the remember it was like one of the people with a shape shifting thingy.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say before. This is a throwback to the Clone Wars movie. If people remember, in the beginning of the Clone Wars movie, Obi-Wan and Anakin are defending they're guarding Padme because there's a threat on her life, and then somebody tries to break in and kill her, and it looks like a human, but then you see it's a shapeshifter, and it looks like this weird scaly green alien. Same exact alien that is pretending to be the Jedi librarian here.
I would be so down for this, Glenn. Like a more adult, like horror Star Wars. That would be.
You have no idea. Like Glenn knows what I know what Glenn's talking about right now. There is some true horror, like Lovecraftian level horror.
Yeah.
In the Star Wars legend universe, like in the books.
Let's just put it this way. Hyperspace is terrifying.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Yeah. 100%. But yeah, no, there's a lot of really cool stuff that I can't wait to see how they use in the new movies coming up and new Star Wars lore going forward. And just the same way I said about the Wheel of Time, I'm excited that we're still getting new Star Wars stuff, that I get to be on the edge of my seat and not know what's coming about Star Wars, but still get the thing, some nostalgia and some things that we like. So I'm not signing off. I'm not writing them off yet. I'm going to give them a chance, especially because Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau are such good storytellers and are so good together.
Plus, there's just the fact that whenever you have a franchise this big, that's produced this much stuff, it can't be 100% all bangers all the time, guys.
Yeah.
It just can't.
And they're going to make characters that are purposefully meant to fill a role that isn't awesome or cool, or they're supposed to be annoying or supposed to, you need some of those sometimes to then change or beat or kill or overcome.
I just saw an example of one of the things that I'm always beating a freaking dead horse on. The poor freaking droids, man.
I know.
Yeah.
Which is
my worst lot.
Absolutely. Especially when you look at it from that perspective, the Republic is horrible. They've enslaved.
Yeah.
These creatures.
I couldn't understand how you can just kill the droids with no, in my mind, the Jedi were supposed to be so moral.
Yeah.
How are we just?
Well, let's not forget that Qui-Gon had literally no problem leaving Shmi behind and
as a slave
on Tatooine. Yeah. He literally was like, nope, I didn't come here to free slaves. He didn't. He did not care. The only thing that made him take an interest in Anakin was that the Force basically was like, dude,
exactly,
right here.
And if you actually go back and watch the Clone Wars movie, this alien right now that we're talking to is wearing almost exactly the same armor that she was wearing, or they are wearing. Who knows? As they were in the Star Wars movie after they came out of their shape, the human form that they were in. Do I have a Mace Windu from? Mace Windu is in the original series too. I don't know if I grabbed a picture.
I hope you have a grab of him force punching droids.
I wish. No, I actually. Oh no, actually I do. I have a picture of not force punching, but owning a huge, large portion of droids.
Oh, the one where he does the drop, the force drop
into the middle of
into the massive pile of droids and just wipes out a huge amount of them in one fell swoop.
Okay.
Yeah, I will say this: Tartakovsky was one of those people who really did understand offensively how the Force would be used. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
How someone would fight with the Force.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was. That's why I feel like I didn't incorrectly label it Dragon Ball Z as Star Wars, because it very much is like that. But here's
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he literally takes on an entire droid army by himself and just
by
like
himself.
houses them, completely houses them.
Yep. That original series is very campy. It's very choppy,
Yeah,
but
it
it's
knows
cool.
what it is.
Yeah, it was fun. Okay, so the episode is over. So if you're in the watch party, still in the Discord,
It's so fast.
we're done watching that episode now. I am totally open. Like, if you guys think, and if chat wants to, moving forward, maybe we'll do multiple episodes. Like, maybe next week we'll do one again, and then we could pick back up and do two at a time.
We can look at it too, because some of them, I think Glenn maybe said it earlier, are like
there are multiple part
arcs.
episodes.
Yeah.
And so maybe it's not necessarily just one a week or two a week. We kind of look at the storylines.
That's fair. I'm open to doing that.
That.
Yeah, we could do that going forward.
This is
sure.
I would watch more. This was.
I love the Clone Wars cartoon made me re-fall in love with Star Wars again. So if anyone is watching this that isn't already like a huge Star Wars fan, and you've never seen the Clone Wars television show, and you have 24 minutes a day or 26 minutes a day to give it a watch. It's
it's sometimes several hours a day as you just watch it.
Scarily relevant to current things going on, which is frustrating and annoying. Particularly, and I feel like that the original what's the guy's name that did this art? You said it. You keep saying it every time we go to the pictures from the original series.
Oh, Tartakovsky.
Tartakovsky. Yeah, I always
Indy Tartakovsky.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not gonna be able to say it. My brain is too fucked up right now.
You got hit in the head with a tarp.
It's true. And I'm still just reeling over how dumb I am. Anyway, the way that they depicted the Emperor and how ugly he is physically reflects how ugly he is on the inside.
Right.
And I feel like that's also apt to the current Emperor that's would be Emperor. But here's a picture of, so I showed you before, this is his Darth Sidious persona.
Yeah.
Arguably,
Oh
yeah. It looks almost like one of those opera phantom.
Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking of.
But it also makes me think weirdly enough of Leto the Second once he becomes God Emperor.
Oh, okay.
Dune reference.
Dune, yeah. It took me a second. I was like, my brain is not in that. But then I was like, wait, what? What character from? And then I got there. But arguably better looking than what he looks like without the hood on.
Oh God! Why is that giving me Jetsons?
He's got such a unique art style. He really does.
It really does. It really does. For the thing that disturbs me most is the hands.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very.
He gave him he gave him. You know what I think he very clearly drew from for this, and again, no pun intended. Was the old school Bram Stoker's Dracula annotation with Gary Oldman as Dracula.
Dude, I see that. I could totally see that. 100%. I could totally see that. That's funny. But yeah, so horrible. Anyway, I really think Star Wars has some good bones in it, and I cannot wait to see what they do moving forward. So, some of the new
Rey walk on lava, since we didn't get that scene with Luke.
That would be fun. So, one of the things that they've announced that they're going to be doing is they're basically going to do and something that is also true of Brandon Sanderson. They're doing a trilogy of trilogies, a new trilogy, 3 trilogies that they're making, and they all take place at vastly different eras of Star Wars. One is with Rey, and I believe it's either tentatively or officially called the New Jedi Order, which is going to be Rey moving forward. I hope. My hope is that Ahsoka is still alive. We don't know, because Ahsoka takes place before the Rey movies take place. My hope is that Ahsoka is still alive, and she taps into Ahsoka to help her build something new, because Ahsoka isn't a Jedi.
Yeah, she's
nothing
in the middle.
She's a
Yeah.
Jedi
She
trained
just follows the Force.
person that can use lightsabers. That's how she labels herself. Like, she doesn't label herself as a Jedi. She specifically says, "I am not a Jedi."
Oh, wait, but we had to be careful talking about that. Yeah, because remember where she is.
We don't know why. Like, we don't know. Like, I didn't say why.
Let's just say there's a lot of good dramatic meat that gets us to that.
We also watched, we've watched Ahsoka. Like, so.
Oh, you guys have watched?
No, you didn't watch it?
No.
Yeah.
Even when we had it as an option for a show?
I don't think we did.
No, no one voted for it. Like, well, no, it didn't win the vote, but we had it up for. You could have. All right, you're right. We could have watched it before.
No,
I forgot that you didn't watch it. I forgot that you didn't watch it.
There's remember, because I even voted against it when it popped up because of the fact that I hadn't seen it yet, and I still haven't seen Ahsoka.
Oh no, yeah, but this isn't from Ahsoka. This is from Clone Wars. We find.
No, but what I'm saying is though.
Oh, you haven't seen it? Yeah, no spoilers for the show.
But I'm talking about Ahsoka.
Right.
No spoilers for Ahsoka. I'm not spoiling Ahsoka. We don't know what happens with Ahsoka because they're making a season 2. They're making a season 2. We don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen.
No, but what I'm saying is spoilers for Clone Wars.
Yes, spoilers for the show that came out 20 years ago.
The new journey.
I know. Well, that's not my fault.
I still
listen. Every show that we watch. Listen, every show that we've watched in the past, we've done full spoilers on while we watch it. So I forgot. I'm sorry.
No, because I established precedent by invoking the fact that I had not read all of the Wheel of Time books.
That's true. You did.
I need a spoiler warning for Star Wars.
Yes, you do. Yeah, we will. I will be better. I'll be better about that for you.
That's the problem. I keep forgetting that you haven't. That you're only at this point in your.
I mean, I've seen all of the movies, but I haven't seen a lot of the shows. Like, I watched Andor. I've watched what we've watched, but I haven't seen a lot of the shows.
And Snips isn't the character in the movies, so so we have to remember that.
So anyway, that being said, I hope.
Oh yeah, I keep calling her Snips. I don't know if she's being if he's even called her Snips yet.
He hasn't. I just want more Ahsoka, and I would love to see Rey and Ahsoka build something new together.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
That's what I want to see. I was honestly during. I always mix this up. What was the last movie? The Force Awakens or The Last Jedi? The Last Jedi.
It was the Rise of Skywalker.
The Rise of oh God.
The one that we all try to forget.
I mean, I'm okay with some of it, but we're not.
Yeah, I'm okay with some of it. Yeah, about 40% of the film I like.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, talk about some other point.
But I fully believed, and Erin can attest to this. I was like, I think Ahsoka's coming. I think we're gonna see her come, and she's gonna be like, no, the Jedi were wrong. Here's what we should do. And she never came, and I was very sad.
More phrasing.
Yeah. What?
You think we're gonna see Ahsoka coming and she never came?
But that's from the movies that came out.
No, phrasing. You don't know the phrasing
God,
mean?
Sorry, right, my bad. Right.
Voice, like, are we not doing phrasing anymore?
No, I usually, I was expecting that's what she said or whatever.
Giggity.
I'm just listen.
Or giggity, yeah.
My Adderall is wearing off, and I'm still
reeling from the tarp.
Yes, I'm and being late. I'm all discombobulated. None of my combobulated are together. They're all discombobulated.
They're all dissed.
None of his ducks are in a row. One of them's a squirrel. Something's on fire.
Yeah, but you guys are used to my nonsense by now, right?
And we tend to amplify one another's nonsense.
It's true. Oh, me and you, forget it.
You two are, yeah.
Nonsense resonance.
Yeah.
This has been the most tame that you two have been, which has been nice.
It's only because I'm really tired. I am super. I had 2.5 hours of sleep last night, and I had a QA crisis drop into my lap earlier, so I had to deal with that.
But there's a lot to Star Wars. There's going to be a lot of new stuff moving forward, and I was hoping that this was the show that got picked because I love it so much, and there's going to be so much new stuff coming up. We get to watch it and have what I really love doing is watching it with new people. So you, and Arosa is one of the other people in chat who is, watching some of this for the first time, and like, oh, I don't get this. Oh, here's how this works, and like, those are my favorite things. I love doing that with Wheel of Time.
I'll start text bombing you more of my
all day long. I'm open. I love it. And basically getting to introduce another love to or someone into a community that we also love, just like we get to do with Wheel of Time. And because they're still making new Star Wars, we get to keep doing that, and we'll get new people to it and new viewpoints and new ideas. And that's what makes me excited. That's what made me excited about the Wheel of Time television show. I'm now also excited about that here, and we get another generation. Your son is excited about it. Hopefully.
I told Tom, what did it? It was, I made him go on Rise of the Resistance the last day we were in Florida. And that's why he got off of it. And he was like, I didn't like it. But then he was like, he started asking me little questions. So were the guys in white good and bad? What color? But he just would slowly start peppering me with questions. And then I turned on the episode earlier tonight and he goes, ooh, I like this. I was like, yes.
I wish I got to go and hang out with you guys there.
I know.
So for those who don't know, I was sick when Crystal was here. So Aaron went.
I got to hang out with Aaron. That was
represented the D Simones with Crystal and
although I'm
thinking
family. if I'm not gonna go to Jordan Con this year, I still have a plane ticket. I'm just gonna come see you guys and go to Disney again. Just me.
I won't. I'm not gonna complain about that. But where was I going with that?
Sorry. Rewatching. Fun to share.
Yes. So I'm just glad we get to share it with the new generation, and now we're getting new people too. Oh, you were saying Rise of the Resistance. If anyone doesn't know about the rides in Disney World, there is a life-size AT-AT.
No, there's two of them.
Yeah, there's two in the ride, which are, if anyone doesn't remember, the big, large, four-legged robots that they fight on Hoth and they trip with the wire. Those things, they're huge. It's pretty awesome. They did really well with that. My only gripe with the Star Wars stuff at Disney is it is a planet that they made up specifically for Disney. And they've never used it in anything. It's not in a movie. Like, even since they've made it, it's not in any of the movies. Batu is the name of the thing, is the name of the planet there. Yeah, Batu. It's not. It is mentioned in the Solo movie in like a 1 second scene. Yeah, I mean, it's in some. I don't even know if it's in the books or the comics. Maybe it is, Glenn. If it is, cool. But what I'm saying is,
sounds familiar. How's it spelled?
BATU, I think. But or maybe there might be two U's because Star Wars. But what I mean is, it's not recognizable to people. Like, even if it is in comic books, it's not. That doesn't make it recognizable to the general public. Tatooine is recognizable to the general.
Yeah.
So why would they waste the time? I was right, two U's. Why would they waste the time investing into the lore of this planet and not use it? Like, use it so it becomes recognizable to people. That's the thing that annoys me the most about it.
Well, I didn't even know who the character was that was talking to me at the beginning of. Oh no, never mind. That's the other ride. That's Millennium Falcon. Sorry.
Oh, right. It's
until I watched Clone Wars, and his name completely escapes me. It's in my book somewhere.
Hondo Anada.
Hondo. Yep, there he is.
Yeah.
It was like,
give me a second. Can I go through it?
I didn't even know who that was when I went down.
Hondo is an alien, another alien race that we maybe see one of in the original Star Wars movies, but people liked it. So yeah,
you remember he comes in season 1, or I've watched it also back to back. But
I think the best description of Hondo is basically he's an alien version of Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, he's like he almost is Captain Jack Sparrow to a T, almost. But yeah, Hondo's really cool. So there's a whole little story when you go on that ride, but we don't have to talk about that. We got a lot of time for that. So next week, we're gonna watch episode 2. Hopefully our guest is still she said she was able to come, and it's she when we said we were doing Clone Wars, she both texted me and Discord messaged me like immediately so that she can make sure she got in on an episode. I was like, girl, don't worry. There's like 20 episodes. You'll get in on one. But Roof Mistress Leia is going to be joining us next week. She's another one of our favorite people. which is why we have her back so often. And we do things with her on Threefold Talk and Malkier Talks, which is where they are located. Speaking of Malkier Talks, if you go to malkiertalks.com, you'll see a pretty big announcement that they made just this past weekend, which is a guest that they're going to have at MalkierCon this coming September, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Who is Bjorn.
Oh,
What's his last name?
Oh,
I had it. Bjorn, Northern European last name. He played Ruhark in the
incredibly attractive man. Is
very beautiful man.
Say.
Lundberg.
Very, very
there
beautiful.
You go. Bjorn Lundberg. He played Ruhark in the Wheel of Time television show on Amazon. He is going to be the guest of honor of MalkierCon this year, and that is why I don't know if I'm going to JordanCon, because I want to go to MalkierCon this year.
Yeah, I don't.
Also, Prague is a beautiful city.
Can I come in your luggage? Can I?
I mean, if you can fit and don't mind riding in a hold with no oxygen, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So as usual on the Dragon Mount Discord, we have a real life events tab, and in that we have JordanCon 2026, WoTCon 2026, MalkierCon 2026. So, just if you're on the Dragon Mount Discord, you can, check there for things, or I will share their announcement post from Instagram and chat. And through that post, you could find the link directly to Malkier Talks, which is the name of the show. And you can find the tickets to MalkierCon. If if you can go to Prague, more power to you, and go to the convention. If you're already in Europe and can go, it is, a fantastic convention. It was a ton of fun. Rob from Malkier Talks is an awesome human being. They also are affiliated with a local charity that not local in Prague, but local to him, that is basically feeding kids young kids that go to school that don't have money for lunch, free. They don't have like a free lunch program in Europe apparently. So there's a charitable organization that makes sure no kid goes hungry. I think it's actually called,
we won't either.
No kid goes hungry. Yeah, I know. So
I was actually genuinely surprised that there was something that we actually did better for once than
I know.
Europe.
Hey, but they don't really need it because they also have universal health care.
True.
Yeah,
it's true.
So I feel like that way offsets it. But Rob is an awesome dude, and he puts on a really good show. It's a ton of fun. There's always an awesome amount of people at it, especially because as someone who's gone to every single JordanCon except this past year and most of the WoTCons, getting to go over to Europe and meet the European contingent of the WoT community was so awesome. I've never met a lot of them in person, and I never got to see them. So if you can go, you should, because it's a lot of fun. But obviously, that's a huge for the American audience. That's a huge thing. But he does do virtual events, so just keep an eye there on when he announces how to participate in their virtual events. Because Rob really is about just trying to open up it to as many people as possible, as cheaply as possible, and still be able to function. Because he just wants to grow the community and make people and give people an opportunity to have fun, which is why I love him so much. Do we have anything else that we want to share? Reverse, obviously. So this would be the point in the show when I would say, Reverse, where can our friends see you next? But like we said in the top of the show, Reverse is still getting his house in order so that he could start reacting to television shows. So in the description of the YouTube description of the video is Reverse BLT's YouTube channel. Go and give it a follow, and make sure to hit the bell so that when he does post his new videos, you can watch and follow along. Also, the link to your Discord is also on the YouTube.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah,
thing too. So make sure to go and do that.
There's lots of old content there that you can definitely dig through if you like.
Hours and hours of especially even show if you've liked his comments here on the shows that we watch. We have crossed streams a few times. You did a rewatch of Andor, a watch of Andor too. So there's a lot of fun. Thank
and
you,
Obi-Wan.
Rapunzel.
Like my reactions to Obi-Wan are up on the channel.
Ooh, okay.
I haven't seen those, so I'm
Mandalorian seasons 1 and 2, I'm pretty sure, are up there.
Oh, thank you so much, Rapunzel. See, this is another reason why I love Rapunzel. She really has just.
What's she doing? Because I don't have the chat open.
She was always fantastic. She messaged me 2 other
more
announcements that we have that I should have remembered to say but didn't. But because she's amazing, and I'm a failure, she reminds me.
Stop it.
Hey, listen, it's true.
Yeah, stop about my buddy.
I thank you. So one of the other things that we do on the Dragon Mount Patreon is Matho. So a thing that became a fun abbreviated thing in the Wheel of Time community. For those who haven't been to JordanCon, it kind of started at JordanCon. Robert Jordan would say RAFO.
Yeah, read and find out.
Yep.
And at JordanCon, the part that got invented at JordanCon, we started saying Matho, as in Maria and find out. And it was because Brandon, when he first started, people would ask him questions. And early on, when he was still baby Brandon, he wouldn't know how to answer because he's like, I don't want to say the wrong thing, or I don't know what I can and can't say. So he'd be like, I have to ask Maria. And we started just saying Matho, and it became a thing. So if you are a member of the Dragon Mount Patreon, we have an ongoing Google form that you can enter any question you want to send to Maria, including Wheel of Time questions. Printed on that form is a disclaimer saying, anything that Maria says isn't canon. It's just a diehard Wheel of Fan time responding to other diehard Wheel of Fan questions. So that being said, one of the user submitted questions we had was, before I bring up the graphic of, I'm going to read the question because you'll immediately be able to see her answer. Which Aes Sedai would be the most likely to secretly binge watch reality cheesy TV shows, and what would their favorite be? So her answer was Alana Mosavi of the Green Aja, and she would be a huge fan of Love Island. I don't remember. Was it so last year? It was what would Matt's Spotify playlist be? And it was like Daft Punk and something else. So there's a lot of fun questions that people have asked. There's some lore based questions peppered in there too. But the way we've been doing it is I take Crystal and I and Rapunzel. We've been taking all of the questions that we have and kind of like curating the ones that we give to Maria. So another part of that disclaimer is we reserve the right to reword your questions and send it to her, but we will tell you when we do that, so that we don't want to send Maria things that are going to annoy her or things that she's already answered. Maybe we can change the question slightly so it asks it in a different way that doesn't just get the same answer that she's already said. So yeah, Maria's a ton of fun. We love her here. She loves interacting with the Wheel of Time community. So any opportunity she gets, she loves to do. So if you haven't already submitted a Matho question for a future Maria and find out, go and submit one. It could be as nonsensical of a question as which Wheel of Time, which I said I would be most likely to watch reality TV shows. Or it could be, who would win or where did the Ogier come from? She probably won't answer you, but you can ask it. Another thing
Planet in Altair system.
I mean, you're not that far off from my theory, but anyway, the other announcement is the reveal of our book for our upcoming book club, which is the Black Tongue.
You said it earlier.
I might have again, failure. The Black Tongue Thief, not the Black Tongued Thief, which is what I kept. The Black Tongue Thief by Christopher Buhlman, and I've heard nothing but good things about this book. One of the things that we're trying to do now is Crystal, one of us read the book, one of us don't read. I haven't read any of the book yet, so I'm going to read it live with you guys as we read it for the book club.
Who was it that was recommending this book to me recently?
I don't know, but
us.
Wait, no, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it was you guys. It was within the past week or so. I think someone was really hyping this book up.
The moment that we announced it, I had at least 2 people reach out and say, I want to participate in this. And they were like, I love this author, I love this book. So I'm excited. I can't
You
wait
guys,
to read
it's
it.
got over 4 stars on Goodreads too, which is not very. I mean, most things live at like 3.8, 3.7, 3.9. So
yeah, I've heard nothing but good things from people that have read it, and I've read nothing but good reviews. So I'm very excited to read it. Again, it's a very low commitment book club. It's going to take place over the course.
Structure than we had before.
More structure than last time, yes, but it's still over the course of like 2.5-ish months. So you have a very long time to read the book. This is more meant just as another thing for our community to do together, and as an excuse to read more books. So I love all of you awesome nerds. Thank you for hanging out with us. And I hope I didn't bother too many of you with my nonsense tonight. I'm all discombobulated. I apologize again for being late. But this made up for it. I had a ton of fun tonight, and I feel like much better. What did I do? Oh, the giveaways. Right. So we're gonna give away copies of the book when we get them.
Yes.
I have more copies of the book than people that signed up for giveaways. So as of right now, if you signed up for a giveaway, you got a copy of the book. So Rapunzel sent me the names. So Leah, Roof Mistress Leah, was one of the people that was very excited to read this book. Arosa, our very own Arosa in chat, you will be getting a book. And Starla, who was hanging out with me in Discord today when I was body doubling, prepping for the show tonight, getting all my notes and screenshots in order. I will be sending books to them as soon as I get them from Tor. Hopefully before we're supposed to start this damn book club. I emailed my contact at Tor, but I'll go shake my fist at them again tomorrow, or I'll send the email tonight and hopefully they'll reply to me soon. But I love all of you awesome nerds in chat. I love you guys. Thank you for helping me and being my my rock tonight in my nonsense that has been going on. And that's all I got. So say goodnight, Crystal.
Good night, Crystal.